Hello, fairy tale things, and welcome back to my swamp. If you're new here, we collect Shrek toys. And today I've got a whole army of Shrek figures on my Shrek table. But they all have something in common. Can you guess what it is? They're all classic fast food promotions from the early 2000s. Yes, if you were a 2000s kid like me, you may recognize one or more of these iconic Shreks. Like this guy right here that came with McDonald's Happy Meals back in 2007. Hard to believe you got an action figure this nice with your Happy Meal. Maybe if you're a little older than me, you recognize this guy right here. A backpack clip that even holds candy in the bottom, released back in 2001 for the original Shrek movie. Yes, Shrek has had a rich history with fast food toys over the years, but I've always been fascinated by the rarer sets to complete. Sets that are more obscure and tougher to get. Some of them not available in the United States. I've always been very jealous of you guys getting these cool Shrek toys. We're going to be looking at one of these obscure Shrek food promotions today. One that doesn't have any internet presence whatsoever. I found toys with truly no internet documentation. And what's amazing is that unlike a lot of these sets, which are thousands of miles away, this set of toys is actually from a local fast food place that I am extremely familiar with. And today's mystery all starts with this guy right here. A small, unassuming plush of Donkey that I found in a thrift store bag. I thought it was cute. I saw that the tag said Shrek 4D on the side, and I realized this must have been something available at the Universal Studios theme parks. Not a big deal. But then I noticed it said something else on the tag. Del Taco. So upon seeing this Del Taco tag, I was immediately intrigued by the possibility of there existing a Shrek Del Taco promotion that I had never heard of. For those that don't know, Del Taco is a fast food place that sells tacos. Really, really good tacos. In California and Nevada. There are also a few other locations. I think there may be a few in Arizona or Idaho, but don't quote me on that. They're mainly a player in the Los Angeles and Las Vegas market. Unless you're in those two cities, you've never heard of Del Taco. But as a kid, Del Taco was a lifestyle for me. I ate it 2 to 3 times a week. It was right down from my family's apartment complex. As a matter of fact, there's a Del Taco right down the street from me. So to anyone that's never heard of Del Taco, let's go check it out. Look at this Del Dorado chicken. Which one would you like? Both. Both is good. Hey, does that make this, where I'm walking, the road to Del Dorado? The road to Del Dorado? Here it is. The Holy Land, Del Taco. I feel sorry for anyone that doesn't live on the West and does not enjoy this delicacy. Oh my god, taco nights. Yes, please. And then you get your taco and it's like so good. Look at it. Look at the chicken and the sauce. The sauce goes on the taco. I can't get it open, but you put the sauce on the taco. Just like that, on the taco. And it's amazing, guys. And they got fries, not chips, fries with tacos. What an amazing concept. And they're crinkly and they're so good. And the high C fruit punch and the fry and the taco, and it's the best place ever. You guys gotta come to the West. It's good. Okay, I swear this video wasn't just an excuse for me to eat Del Taco at 10 a.m. in the morning. Okay, maybe it was, but I do also want to talk about some cool Shrek toys, including a bit of a lost media mystery. And I say lost media, even though these are toys and not media, because if there's no documentation of it online, it's lost media in my book. And this Del Taco Shrek line is really not publicly available online. I tried some Google searches and got nothing. I even tried Bing and got nothing. I tried eBay and I found one listing for this plush. It was from last year, so unfortunately I didn't save it. But he sold for $100 for this little plush, which shocked me. Clearly this was a very rare fast food promotion. This told me it was a very short-lived promotion. Short enough that I didn't get it as a kid. So we had a promotion that was very limited. It was only available at Del Taco, a regional fast food chain in a few states. And the tag said Shrek 4D, which means this wasn't to promote a Shrek movie, but rather the ride that opened in Universal Studios Hollywood in May of 2003, and later Florida a month later. The biggest question in my head is if this was part of a Shrek Happy Meal promotion or a Universal Studios Happy Meal promotion, and this just happened to be the one Shrek toy in it. So I tried Googling every combination of Universal Studios toys and Del Taco and found absolutely nothing. I looked at the tag again and I noticed the 2003 date, which is when Shrek 4D opened. This led me to believe that this may have been a Shrek 4D tie-in completely, and wasn't just the Universal parks, but specifically Shrek. So I started looking up anything Del Taco from 2003 when the ride would have opened. I watched old commercials from the time period, thinking there may have been a promotion with Universal Studios Hollywood, and found nothing. Nothing but the Anaheim Ducks, which only made me realize truly how regional and local Del Taco is as a chain. I went to the Del Taco website, I put it through the Wayback machine, and went back to May of 2003 when the ride opened, and I thought for sure this was going to solve the mystery. Unfortunately, it didn't. Okay, so just for the hell of it, here's the Del Taco site from 2003. For whatever reason, the main homepage is completely busted. I guess it ran on Adobe Flash and the emulator doesn't work, but I couldn't get it to work for the life of me. But for whatever reason, the rest of the website seems to work, and it's full of all sorts of weirdness with these weird wallpapers. I don't know why you'd want to download this, but like, okay, look at this load. It loads very slowly, just like as it would in 2003. And you get a man with a megaphone. Like, imagine loading that on your big E machine computer that's already overheating. I mean, who doesn't want to download a JPEG of a Del Taco logo that takes forever to load? And you can learn all about Del Taco. Honestly, I miss when websites were this cool and, like, had this much thought put into them. Now everything's just kind of, like, sleek and modern and minimalist, and it's also boring. Like, what if I want to know the whole story of Del Taco? There you go. What if I want to get the Del Newswire newsletter? You're supposed to fill this out, and, like, they're going to email you a Del Taco newsletter? How often do they send that out? And then ads is where you can watch the commercials. Okay, I was hoping, like, maybe there'd be a Universal or Shrek ad here, but no. There's no Shrek stuff here. I really am just browsing a Del Taco website from over 20 years ago. Psst, you're drooling on your keyboard. Just looking at that bean burrito. Oh my god, look at all these classic combos. Unfortunately, the prices are not listed. That would have been very funny to see. But man, this is just making me feel nostalgic and sad at the same time. At this point, I hit a roadblock, and I put this donkey on my shelf and this topic in the back of my head, and decided to focus on other video topics. I continued thrifting and flea market hunting until one day a thrifting trip led me to something truly amazing. This right here. A Shrek 4D Del Taco notebook toy. It's a blank notebook with stickers of the Shrek cast, specifically the Shrek 4D renders. This was a really exciting find for me. For one, it confirmed that the toy promotion was a complete tie-in with Shrek and didn't feature the other Universal characters. And there it is on the front of the bag, collect all 4. This gave me a definitive answer that there were 4 Shrek-themed toys to Del Taco. And I only had 2 of them, half of the set. 2 Del Taco Shrek toys I didn't know about. I had to find the answer to this mystery now. It had officially wrapped itself around my brain. But it is pretty cool. I love how specific it is to the ride. It even features the stone dragon on the top that chases Shrek and Donkey in the attraction from the graveyard. Pretty neat. And at the bottom it says Del Taco on one side, and then Universal Studios Hollywood. This confirms to me that this promotion was for the Hollywood Universal location, that it was completely regional. This told me that this kids' meal line wouldn't have been ran anywhere outside of the LA and Vegas area. I mean, what's the point of giving a kid a Happy Meal in Pittsburgh for a theme park ride that's in California? It makes sense in LA, it's right around the corner. Even in Las Vegas, it's only a 4-hour drive. Enough to where a kid could get this in a Happy Meal and beg his parents to take him to Universal Studios to see the exciting new Shrek ride. Come to think of it, Shrek 4D isn't much of a ride, is it? It's just a movie you watch with interactive 4D features. But, I don't know, I'm not much of a thrill ride kind of guy. I like soft, easy boat rides. I'm probably one of the only guys out there that enjoys It's a Small World. I love it to the ends of the world. So to me, Shrek 4D has always been a ride. Going to see that movie was as exciting as a ride. Unfortunately, it's gone now, so I can't go on it anymore, which is pretty depressing. But, you know, at least the memories are still there. And yeah, this is a very nostalgic item. On the top, it says Kid Loco Meal, which was the name of the kids' meal Del Taco ran, and that's about it. What's interesting about this is that it's bagged. It's completely sealed, And I'm not going to open it because these are so rare. We'll never truly know what the blank pages of this notebook look like, but you can peek in and see that they're blank. We're not missing out on some lost Shrek coloring book. It just seems to be a completely empty book. What's most interesting about this line is that it doesn't feature the other toys on the front or back. Almost every kids' meal ever features the collect them all tagline with the other toys pictured, but this one doesn't, which only continues to lead me to believe that this was a very short-lived and very rushed promotion. So now we've got Donkey and a coloring book. What else could be in this toy line? I have no idea and couldn't find anything else. So once again, I put this topic in the back of my head and continued working on other videos while thrifting and flea market hunting. Until one day at a flea market, I found something truly exciting. This right here. Behold the tiny dragon from Shrek. And yes, she is clearly marked with a Del Taco Shrek 4D tag, which confirms that this dragon is meant to go with Donkey. I found this at a flea market table, and my heart literally stopped on seeing it. It was stunning and beautiful. It was a piece of the Shrek Del Taco puzzle, putting itself together right before my eyes. And not only that, but this is a really cool dragon plushie. This is actually a great segue to talk about the dragon and donkey plush and why this mystery intrigues me so much. And that's that these plush are really, really good. We'll start off with Donkey, since he's the lesser exciting of the two, but I still think he's awesome. It's a wonderful representation of Donkey. They got his eye color correctly, the fur and gray colors look particularly good, and despite clearly a limited budget and not much to work with, they created a tiny representation of Donkey that is so adorable. He almost looks like a low poly version of the character, like Donkey on a PlayStation 1. It's just awesome. And Dragon's even cooler. Dragon's a pretty uncommon character to get merchandise of, especially this early into the Shrek license. She looks a bit off-model and doesn't contain her pronounced lips that later merchandise would emphasize. You can definitely tell this is from the earlier period of Shrek toy collecting. And despite being so tiny, she isn't light on the details. She has her ears in movie-accurate shapes, she's got scales and wings, and the color red is vibrant and striking. This plush really pops on a shelf. For a kids' meal toy, it's a stunningly good representation of the character. And honestly, just having a plush this tiny of Dragon is a novelty in itself. Usually toys of Dragon are quite large, given her magnitude, as Donkey would say. But she's really cute. And not only is she adorable, but she's even more adorable with Donkey. Having the both of them together is an absolute treat. They both look great in those small plush forms. They're just so cute together. So that makes Dragon number 3 of 4, which leaves one more Shrek toy undiscovered. At this point, I had to know what the last Shrek Del Taco toy was. Was it a matching Gingy in this small size of plush? Or maybe even a Shrek or Fiona? Who knows, it could be anything. It was very exciting. So I searched for hours and hours online, and I found this image of a sold toy lot that contains 4 Shrek magnets of the Shrek 4D ride with the Del Taco logo on the bottom. This was an exciting development, but I told myself no. A magnet couldn't have been the last toy. That would be way too unexciting and anticlimactic. For one, it just isn't a very fun toy. Also, magnets are wildly unsafe for small children. There's been so many toy recalls over the years due to containing magnets. There's no way a major fast food company gave children magnets in their kids' meal. This had to be some sort of manager's gift or something given away to customers. Also, look at the nondescript bag. It doesn't have the Shrek 4D logo or the Collect All 4 tag on the front. This couldn't have been the last toy. There had to be something else out there. So, I did more research and found nothing. Could this have really been it? So I looked at this toy one more time, the sealed one, for answers. I looked it up and over. I looked up everything related to Del Taco, 2003, and Shrek, and then I noticed something on the bottom. A key detail I did not see upon viewing this toy for the past year in my life. Index Promotions in Santa Monica, California. This is the company that made this kids' meal line for Del Taco. Was this the answer I had been looking for? I looked up Index Promotions' website, and it contains a beautiful portfolio of all of their fast food promotions. Everything from Hotel Transylvania to Miraculous Ladybug. I was getting close so I could feel it. They even have a theme parks tab dedicated to their partnership with Universal Studios. This was really exciting. I knew I had found something. Then I thought about how that Del Taco website had broken on me with the Wayback Machine. Maybe I should put index promotions in the Wayback Machine. I did, and nothing. Once again, the old internet is falling apart and is not helping me. So as a last-ditch effort, I decided to just pick one random screen cap, like, oh, I'll just look at a date from 2006 and just tell myself, it ain't worth it, I just did not find it, I have hit another dead wall. So I picked a random day from 2006. I went to Index Promotions website, and lo and behold, there it is. There is the Shrek Del Taco line just randomly on the front page of their website in 2006, 3 years after the promotion. I don't know how. This was placed here just for me to find all these years later, I swear. And now we can see the full toy line. Donkey, Dragon, the book, and yes, the magnet. All this time, I thought there was some exciting fourth plush in the line, and nope, it's just a magnet. Kind of an anticlimactic end, but I'm glad I was able to find evidence that this toy line exists. Maybe someday I'll find that magnet and be able to complete my Del Taco Shrek set, but I'm just glad I solved this mystery, and that it won't be nothing on the internet. It's crazy to me how lots of these toy lines have become undocumented and basically lost media. Something as simple as a toy line of a major movie franchise like Shrek should be easily available online. So if this video exists for any reason, hopefully somebody else out there who finds one of these plush while thrifting or flea market hunting can now definitively know where they came from and what the Del Taco Shrek line encompasses. In conclusion, I can safely say that out of all of the Shrek fast food promotions, this has to be one of, if not the rarest. It was to promote a theme park ride in Los Angeles and was only ran in the LA area and some regional locations in Las Vegas and Nevada. But that's about it. That makes these some of the toughest Shrek toys to get. But if you can get them, they are absolutely worth it. Okay, maybe not the magnet I don't have, or even the notebook is not too exciting. But the plush dragon and donkey are just adorable. Dare I say, they're some of my favorite representations of the characters in plush form. They look great on a shelf, and if you can find them, are a worthy addition to your Shrek collection. That's all I got for today. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a happily ever after. This channel wouldn't be possible without viewers like you. A huge special thanks to Antonio Bocina, Pizza Topping, Binks, Don Tizzle, The Layered Ogre, The Luke Rosati, Bonzario, Telephone Wire, Love Monster Fanatic, Sailor Laws, Jidjip, Tucker Time, Pladley, Griffin Newman, Jamie, SMO3, Shotgun Justice, and Bora Usta. If you'd like to see your name up here, consider supporting the channel by buying a YouTube membership for only 99 cents a month. But a huge special thanks to you for watching the video all the way until the end.